To protect and serve. That's the code of police officers everywhere.
But News 13 has learned one New Mexico officer is feared and that some people, especially women, want protection from him. Here's more in tonight's special assignment.
He's very dangerous. He's a predator. He preys on weaker, or what he believes at first are weak women.
This woman we'll call Gail and her husband are talking about Sergeant Michael Icegant. During his nearly 12 years with the Santa Fe Police Department, Icegant has racked up a stack of complaints.
How in the world can you have that many complaints on someone and nothing be done about it? It's ridiculous.
It's outrageous.
Who's running this show?
News 13 looked at the complaints against Icegant going back more than a decade. A cable guy pulled over by Icegant complained of his, quote, bullying nature. He says Icegant was very upset and highly volatile. Another person says Icegant was off duty when he pointed a gun at him and said, "I can't wait to get you when I'm on duty." After another traffic stop, one man said, "Officers like Icegant are examples of why many citizens feel the police abuse the authority of their badge." It's not uncommon for even the best police officer to get complaints from citizens, but as we took a closer look at these complaints, a pattern emerged. A pattern of an officer using his position, his badge, his authority to harass women. Back in 2004, a woman claimed the officer pulled her over 5 times in 2 years and demanded sex almost every time. After their last encounter, the woman accused Icegant of sexually assaulting her at this hotel. Icegant denied the assault but admitted to becoming aroused with the woman and admitted to some inappropriate behavior. The Law Enforcement Academy Board suspended him for 30 days and the city suspended him for 5 weeks.
He can make your life miserable. He'll terrorize your family.
Gail had 2 lunch dates with Icegant in 2002. She decided to break it off, but says it wasn't that easy.
At one point in time, he was found walking through my sister's backyard for whatever reason, looking for me.
Even after she met her husband and they got married, Icegant refused to leave her alone.
He would show up at places and then he'd find it to make a comment about, "Oh, I like your new house and it's a nice neighborhood." And I'm thinking, how does this person even know where I have moved, where I live?
They filed a formal complaint, but Icegant remains on the street as head of the department's traffic unit.
It's just been miserable. It has been miserable. And we moved out of town because of this.
Another woman we spoke with was so scared of Icegant after he harassed her that she wouldn't even file a complaint. But a 911 dispatcher who says she broke up with Icegant in 2005 did. According to her complaint, he called her so often she quit answering, then told him her phone was broken. That's when she says Icegant used his police powers to get a T-Mobile worker to call her and check her phone.
He uses his resources with his law enforcement authority to take advantage of the information that he can get on these people to stalk them and harass them.
Now comes the latest allegation against Icegant. A Santa Fe woman filed a complaint in August accusing him of harassment in this parking lot. Sources tell News 13 Icegant used a restricted law enforcement only database to find out details about the woman's life. The breach only came to light when the woman's husband, a state police officer, checked the database. Icegant is now under investigation by both the Attorney General's office and the Santa Fe PD for that incident. We talked to Icegant's boss, Police Chief Raymond Rael. When someone has this number of complaints, is this out of the ordinary to you?
Over a 20-year career, Dean, officers can acquire a number of complaints. I mean, does the number concern me? Yes. Can I speak to it? No. I wasn't here when these issues occurred.
Does the nature of these complaints concern you?
Well, anytime an officer amasses this number in this type of complaint, yes, it concerns me.
Rael says he will take action if evidence of the officer's misconduct is proven, but Gail and her husband think something should have been done a long time ago.
When you got a stack of papers like that from vulnerable people that are saying, we got a guy with a badge, guy with a gun, guy with authority out there, and nobody's doing anything about this.
So how many more women or people or need to come forward before somebody takes this seriously?
News 13 tried to contact Icegant several times, but he declined to speak with us.
Sergeant, we have a couple questions for you. You mind talking to us?
And we should note that Chief Rael just took over last March. He says he learned of the complaints against iScant only after this newest complaint was reported to his administration.